If you relate to this scenario, you're not alone. Pandas have the same problem, and scientists are still working to figure out why. Hi, and welcome to this channel. Today we're going to talk about pandas. Specifically, we're going to talk about why it's so hard for them to have babies in captivity. In the wild, giant pandas typically give birth every 2 to 3 years. A study published in 2012 found that many captive pandas have small penises, which may make it difficult for them to inseminate their partners. At birth, they weigh only about 100 grams and are completely dependent on their mothers for survival. They can't even see or hear when they're born. It's not uncommon for a panda to give birth to twins, but the mother will usually only be able to produce enough milk for one cub. As a result, one of the twins will often die. Additionally, some females have what's known as a septate uterus, meaning that their uterus is divided by a wall or septum. This condition can make it hard for an embryo to implant in the uterus and develop into a fetus. The next time you see a panda at the zoo, remember that these cute and cuddly creatures are actually quite complex, and their struggle to reproduce is a reminder of the challenges that all living things face. But in zoos, botanical gardens, and wildlife reserves, they only give birth once every 5 to 7 years. While you're down there, make sure to subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell so you never miss an awesome science video. Thanks for watching. See ya. This is really not ideal if we want to increase the number of pandas in the world. Just like humans, pandas can experience stress in captivity, and that stress can make it difficult for them to reproduce. When pandas are stressed, their cortisol levels rise, which can interfere with their hormones and prevent them from ovulating or implanting an embryo. It can also cause them to go into heat at the wrong time of year, which makes it harder to get pregnant. There are only about 1,800 giant pandas left in the wild, and less than 600 in human care. It turns out that pandas are one of the most challenging animals to breed in captivity. But before we get into why captive pandas have such a hard time reproducing, let's talk about what makes these animals so dang cute. Pandas evolved from ancestors that looked more like modern-day bears and developed many of their unique traits during the Pleistocene epoch, which lasted from about 2.6 million to 11,700 years ago. For a long time, we thought that pandas were just too picky about their mates. Just like humans, pandas will often choose a preferred mate, and sometimes it can take a while to find that special someone. However, studies have shown that this isn't the main reason for their low reproductive rates. Even when researchers provided captive pandas with plenty of eligible bachelors, the females still refuse to mate. Turns out that female pandas only come into heat once a year for about 2 to 3 days. And if they don't find a mate during that time, they won't ovulate and won't get pregnant. It was during this time that the ancestors of pandas split off from other bear species and began to look more like us. The panda's diet of bamboo likely caused its skull to develop a bony shelf to support its large, powerful jaws, which are used for crushing through the tough stalks. It also has distinctive round ears and a furry, stubby tail, both of which help distinguish it from other bears. But cuteness aside, these bears are actually quite dangerous. They have incredibly strong jaws and sharp claws that they use to hunt and defend themselves against predators. Now that we know how fierce pandas can be, let's take a look at why they're having trouble making more of themselves. Other research has revealed that the reason some pandas refuse to mate is because of abnormalities in their reproductive organs. Even if pregnancy does occur, panda cubs are known for being some of the least developed babies in the animal kingdom. While all these factors contribute to the low reproductive rate of pandas, there's one more: stress. Well, there you have it. Speaking of challenges, I have a question for you. What's your favorite thing about being a student? Let us know in the comments below.